Egyptians have lined up all over the country to cast their vote for president in what is truly a historic election taking place in Egypt. This election is significant for three reasons. First is that it is historic. It is the first time that the Egyptian people are casting their votes in an election where no one has any idea of what the outcome will be. There are at least 5 leading candidates. They have risen and fallen in the polls in the last couple of months, captivating the country in just following the machinations of this election. And everybody's obsessed with it. Everybody's engaged, talking about it. There have been televised debates that have in many ways gripped the country and sparked enormous conversation and debate over what is the future of Egypt. And that historic election is being watched, of course, closely in Egypt, but also across the entire Arab world, where they're looking at, other countries are looking at what's going on in Egypt and recognizing that this is truly the start of a very transformational democratic process, and watching very closely. The second reason it's significant is because it becomes another test of the power of the Islamists in Egypt. In the parliamentary elections, the Islamists, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the more conservative Salafi party Al-Nour together got over 70% of the vote. But there's a sense now that you're seeing secular candidates for president actually do quite well in some of the polls and leading in different polls, and that this could be an indication that the preference for just voting for Islamist parties may have in fact peaked. And you've seen this in other countries. In Indonesia, for example, you saw Islamists do very, very well early on in elections, and then their popularity faded as the real hard work of governing becomes apparent, and that maybe Islamists don't have all the solutions. And in Egypt, the electoral process, with candidates having to talk about their vision for the country and people voting on personality and what they want, I think will in some ways reduce that appeal of just the straight line Islamist candidates. And then the third thing is that the president, the reason this is so significant is that whoever is elected is going to have a very important role in shaping the future of the country. You've got the role of writing the Constitution that will, because the role of the president is currently undefined. And so whoever is elected is going to have to juggle between the parliament and the military that has still a considerable amount of control in the country, and manage that process of writing a new constitution and laying out the direction for Egypt's future. So for all of these reasons, it's an important election to watch.